Okay, guys, so the biggest thing that I want to stress when you're thinking about your branding is, and especially with this course, you're going to see in this branding course that there's not a ton of videos. And that's because I can't really show you inside your own mind. I can't do your branding really for you. I mean, there's people you can pay to do that. But to a degree, there's always, in my opinion, always going to be a little bit of a gap there because nobody knows you like you. And they'll do the best they can to come up with a logo for you and an image and a vibe. But if you want something authentic to yourself, you're going to have to spend time and think on it. And that's the biggest thing that I can throw towards you for this branding course is that, you know, I can't do it for you. There's not a ton of video tutorials that I can give to you about this, and that's not me trying to get out of the work. It's me urging you to do the work. It's me showing you what the work is. I'm telling you what the work is right now, and that is sleep on it, think on it. You'll probably overthink on it, even though, you know, you shouldn't. And that'll kind of lead me into something that I feel will be very helpful. I think this was from a book called The Power of Now. It was a book that really changed my life and really helped me. But the author of that book had said in the book, he had presented a concept called watching the thinker. And that might sound a little bit abstract and weird to you, and I'll try to describe this kind of Buddhist-rooted principle, although it's not exclusively Buddhist. But the idea here, and I think this is what will really help you with your branding, is you have your thoughts. Now imagine if your thoughts were clouds and you were watching them. So it sounds weird, but watch your own mind. And what you'll come to find as you practice this is there will be a gap in the obsessive tape loop that people complain about. Well, I can't stop thinking. I can't relax. I can't stop thinking. They're in their thought. If you step back and just watch those thoughts go by, quick little caveat, don't judge them, because then you're back in thought. If you just let them exist, if it's anxiety or a thought about what you're eating for dinner or an inability to sleep, let it exist. Let it live. Don't beat it down and try to bury it. Just let it go, just like a cloud. When you watch your thoughts, now once again, I need to drive home. I did not say when you judge your thoughts. When you just watch them go by, just as a dragonfly would, or a cloud, you stop judging. And when you don't judge your thoughts, you can really see where you're at. And if you can see where you're at, I believe that that will help you. It's really helped me in a lot of aspects of my life, but it'll help you understand who you genuinely are and what you want your branding to be. Because the way that I see it is you can either go genuine to who you are, which I think my branding is a pretty good representation of that, or you can just go, for lack of a better way of putting it, full-on pop. I don't mean to sound cynical, but let's face it, pop culture and pop music, if you look at a pop star, you know, they don't wear what they want. They, you know, makeup-wise, clothing-wise, they don't sing necessarily always what they want. There's an agenda there. And it, you know, it's not very genuine to them, but necessarily, but it's a smart agenda because pretty much they make money off of every aspect of their life. You know, you take a pop singer, they make money off of their singing, their touring, but everything that they wear, the scent that they have on, their cologne or perfume, it's all money. So without getting too off on a thing about pop stars and, you know, the cynicism and skeptical nature I have of the music industry. I'm just saying you can either go super personal and super you, or you can just pretty much look towards what you think people will like and want and basically be a shell for changing trends. Some people may not like to hear this, but neither one is right or wrong. It really just depends on what you're looking to do. There's an older EDM comedy skit or routine. I'm not going to say the word because it's kind of vulgar, and I want to respect if there's young people around you right now. But the spelling was on the video. You can look it up on YouTube. It's CVNT5, which is a play on a very offensive word. And the way logos in EDM typically are spelled with V's for U's, and instead of an S, they add a 5. So if you watch that it's funny. I mean, it's very funny, but that's a good example of what I'm talking about here, with basically just doing what people want and making a great payday off of that. You hire a ghost producer so you're not bogged down. You wear current trends, and you pretty much follow that. And you can blur the lines between the two to a degree. If you just kind of base your branding on only what you want and you're not inclusive, people aren't going to feel invited to your party. And that can be very dangerous. So, you want to kind of be, if you can, interesting. It doesn't mean you have to be a complete social butterfly, but find an aspect that attracts people and run with that. And that goes back to what I was saying with watching the thinker. Watch your thoughts go by, understand yourself, the acting class, self-awareness. You don't need to overthink this. In fact, I would watch that and be careful of that. I would just try to think about who you are and run with that. As I've said before, I'm a raver till the day I die. It's just because it caught my eye when I was young. So the heart hands thing was a no-brainer. And I lived in Florida for, 12 years solid. And I really saw almost the entire state, living in a lot of different cities there. And although I'm not native to Florida and wasn't born there, I really got a very Caribbean Florida experience. So things like steel drums, coconuts growing wild, off of palm trees in my backyard, and the whole thing that I could get into some other time with you guys about it was just super island life, super Bahamas, Jamaica style stuff. So it made sense for me to tie that in. It made a lot more sense for me to tie that in because I genuinely like it, rather than being a slave to where I'm from. Meaning I'm originally from Pittsburgh, and although I love my hometown, I just couldn't come up with any kind of cultural or visual aspect of Pittsburgh that would truly please me and or I think attract a fan base like I could with a pineapple guy that screams California, Florida, tropical, Bahamas, whatever you want to say, and just fun vacation. That doesn't mean if you're from a city, a small town in the Midwest or something, that you can't have cool branding. You just need to think about what you're into. If you're into comics or anime or robotics, these are all things that you could probably, if you think about it, even in the back of my mind as I'm speaking to you, ideas are popping up from those words that I could, suggest to you for branding. So I'm sure you can as well. So just understand that about this branding course. There's not going to be a ton of videos because I can't do the work for you. I can talk and over talk about sleeping on it, becoming self-aware, watching the thinker, which whether you take my advice or not, I mean, that's worth its weight in gold right there, just as a life tool. But getting to know yourself and understanding what you really want to project, and that's probably going to unravel into other things in your life, like working on yourself and developing more self-love. I know that sounds weird for a branding course, but when I see my pineapple guy, it brings me to a meaning that I would like to give my life. And same with the heart hands. It's just, this is a business, but, self-love, love for others, understanding where other people are coming from, but knowing who you are and being strong in yourself. And then, that's the heart hand sort of thing. And then with Pineapple Guy, it's vacation. It's fun. It's remembering that when you see that, to kind of relax a little bit more, take a deep breath, take your business seriously, but that doesn't mean that the branding can't be fun. I think about stores like Hot Topic with that, even though Hot Topic isn't too relevant to me anymore per se. When I was a kid, it definitely was. It was sort of the counterculture store at the mall. That's a business. At the end of the day, they might be selling punk rock t-shirts and anime t-shirts and gothic stuff, but at the end of the day, the bottom line is they need to be making money. So maybe that's something that you can think about as well with the direction you're heading in. You can have fun. You can do wild and crazy things, but is it generating income and or things that are setting you up so you don't screw yourself in the future? I know that's kind of heavy talk, but these are things to think about, guys. So not many videos, watch them, but most importantly, get to work on doing the work on yourself so that you can really be more than just a person with a logo. My logos and branding are completely, deeply threaded into my life. And that is, I think, probably the best way to end this video. Enjoy.